mixing, and we'll bring Furlough forward. Okay, so these two birds, tier 1, level 10. I'm going to nix the karma. I'll bring in the fishing experience forward. When I do this, I have a chance to get a tier 3 pet, which I believe will increase the, it'll increase the applied talent percentage, but also it'll give me 2 skills, the randomly assigned skills. If you go to tier 2, you will not get 2 of these skills here. You'll get an increase in the applied talent, but you won't get another randomly assigned skill. You got to get to tier 3 before you get 2 of those. That's what I have discovered. So let's run this and see if I get either a tier 2, a tier 3, and then we'll kind of review what we've got here, okay? So that's done. I want fishing experience forward. The look is going to stay the macaw here. And so let's do this. 2 tier 1s, level 10s, and see what I get here. Remember, when you bring 2 tier 1 level 10s together, you'll get just 1 pet after that. Okay? 2 will come into 1. Will combine into 1. The original 2 tier 1s will be gone. Okay? Let's see what I get. Done. Okay. It didn't get to tier 3. It got to tier 2. Okay? So let's take a look at what we got here. Okay? So I combined 2 tier 1s, level 10s, and it became a tier 2. It had a chance to become tier 3. So it's tier 2, level 1. I can start leveling this up again to level 10. The pickup time resets back to 10 seconds, but that gets reduced even further by the time you get to level 10. The special stayed the same. Notice, the knowledge gain chance went from 5% to 10%. So that's now going to stack with any other bird that has knowledge gain chance. So that came together. That's the advantage of having tier 2. Notice you only get 1 skill, the one you brought forward. You would have to get to tier 3 before you get 2 skills here. Luckily, the video I'm going to be attaching to this shows that I actually got lucky and got a tier 3. Let's bring up Marsha Brady. And when I combined 2 tier 1 level 10s, I was lucky I got a tier 3. I think it's a 50-50 chance. And notice at tier 3, it gave me 2 randomly assigned skills. Lucky, I've got 2 things I really like gathering. Trade experience, because I'm going to do a lot of trading in the game. And then, of course, at tier 3, triple the life gain skill. That's normally 1% at tier 1, 2% at tier 2, 3% at tier 3, and that would stack with any other cats you have out there. So, there it is in terms of doing the exchange. You saw that. I'll attach the other video that showed me getting lucky, getting the tier 3. So, pretty straightforward, don't you think? And then, of course, you know, get your pets out that you want out. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to level up. Let's see, I don't know about dogs yet, but I got another cat I'm leveling, Elton John. When I get that done, I'll be doing an exchange with Fonzie, this other level 10, and we'll see what I get out of that on the cats. Okay, another cat. I want to get another cat out there because I like the life experience on the applied talent that I get. Dogs, because they have hostility detection, and then they're let's look at that again. Dogs have skill experience. Oh, I'm glad I brought this up. One of the questions I had was when I was looking at this stuff, I'm like, what's skill experience? I know life skill is all your professions. What's skill experience? Well, that's for combat skill points. That'll increase your rate at getting combat skills to assign to your skill set here. Okay? These skills for your character. I'm not really too worried about that. I got so many. And then even if I reset the character and do stuff, especially for the Dark Knight, it's so limited. I don't know about other characters. There's only a few things I do on the Dark Knight. That's why I like the Dark Knight. It's a simple skill set. At my age, yeah, my micro skills aren't that great. I need simple combinations. The Dark Knight is pretty simple. So the dog is not that interesting to me. But I'll go ahead and, and then I'm going to prepare. If they ever allow us to have 5 pets out, I'll probably eventually get dogs together and stuff like that. So, So there it is. Anyway, very important. I just covered something that a lot of people don't know. Skill experience as an applied talent. That's about combat skill. Okay. That's about this thing here. These combat skill points. You'll get them at a slightly increased rate. Is what it looks like. Okay. So that's it. You're going to see this video, and I'm going to attach another one showing the Marsha Brady stuff. Okay. So that's it. Thanks everyone. Okay. I'm going to take 2 cats, which are tier 1, and exchange to make a tier 2. First thing I gotta do, check them in. Here's the other cat. Here, cat, checked in. So now both your cats are tier 1 are checked in. I'm gonna do exchange. Okay. Then you click the blue thing here for your 2 cats and get them over here. Pick the skill that you want to carry forward. In this case, I want to bring forward trade experience. Trade experience is going to be brought forward for the tier 2 pet. For the look, I will go with the cute little cat face here for the look. All we need now is a name. All my names are 1970s reference. And we're going to go Marsha Brady on this one. Marsha Brady. And it's spelt this way, as far from what I remember. So we got the cat going to come to tier 2. We're going to bring forward trade experience, because my big thing in this game for me is to do trading. I don't care about this as much. This is for training horses and stuff like that. So it's going to be this to bring forward. This is the skill that was randomly assigned. When you hit level 10, I'll bring that forward. And so that's it. No, Bonnie Tyler, that sounds like an 80s thing. Okay, so we've got the 2 tier 1s. We're going to combine to at least a tier 2. You might get lucky and get a tier 3 out of it. Let's wait and see. Skill is done. Trading experience +3. Got the name. Let's do it. Guys, okay, so when you make a tier 2 cat out of 2 tier 1s, you have a chance to get tier 3. And as you can see right here, Marsha Brady I created as a cat. I have hit tier 3. So the game has been very kind to me the last several minutes. The game has been very kind to me the last several minutes. Check him out. Check his skills. And apparently, so life experience is now 3% instead of 2 because of tier 2. This is a fixed skill. Here's the trading that came forward. And it already gave me, without even leveling up to level 10, it gave me a randomly assigned skill. So gathering +1. So basically, this is basically like hitting the jackpot of doing a pet exchange. I basically hit the jackpot. Okay, so that's a quick look at taking 2 tier 1s and combining to tier 2. And thank you very much. See you next time. Hey everyone, Cali Gold here again. This video is going to be an intro to what I call AFK activities. It is actually a very big part of this game, and it allows you to do things which would normally be very mundane. So the game allows you to take some of the most, I would call, boring and mundane things and elements in this game and allow you to do them while actually not even being at your computer if you choose, okay? How that is done, and the reason you're allowed to do that is because this game, unlike other games, there is no timeout for when you're away from your keyboard. If there's no activity going on, this game is not going to time you out and disconnect you from the server. So you can, providing you know, what type of computer you have and good internet and everything's working well, you could pretty much run this game 24/7 for the most part, unless the game goes into maintenance mode. When they bring the game under maintenance, then everything shuts down and then you'd have to start over again. So that is what allows you to, because I'm sure some people have heard about this AFK nature of this game at some point after you start playing, and you're like, well, I want to do that too. So the main thing I wanted to tell you up front is, well, why are you allowed to do that? You're allowed to do that because you do not get disconnected for inactivity, and that allows you to do some things that are repetitive and not be at your keyboard. And actually the game actually builds things into here that allows you to do that. This is not a trick for players. This is something that was intended and built into the game. Okay, I'm going to give you one example. There'll be many others, but I'm going to give you one example of doing that. One of the very first things we do, you look over here under fitness. Just by walking or running, you gain stamina, health, eating food through consumption. Food buffs are going to increase your HP levels. The other one is strength, and the only way to increase strength is to travel with a heavy bundle, and this is what people will use as an AFK activity as well. Sometimes you'll be in the game, you'll see someone walking hunched over with a backpack, walking slowly. That is someone who is not at their computer and they're training their strength to increase the weight limit, which is a very important feature in this game. It's free weight limit increase. Some people use that as an AFK activity. There's mount training. You can mount train as an activity. Cooking, processing, fishing. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach a video to this one on an intro to fishing. It's going to be how to fish and how to AFK fish. Okay, it'll be very simple and straightforward, because that's one of the first things people want to know is, hey, how do I fish? How do I fish? I need to go to work. I need to go to school. I just want to fish so I could sell those fish you'll be selling those fish like to a trader somewhere afterwards. That's a topic for another time, but hey, I want to fish AFK, so I'll be attaching a video to this one showing how to do that. For now, let me show you how to we're going to show you how to get a weight that you can carry, and also show you how to auto loop so that you can carry that weight and be AFK. That you would do the auto loop, the same thing you would do on the mount as well. Okay, so let me show you this. I'm going to go over to any town that has a trade manager. Okay, I'm going to interact with the trade manager, click trade, whatever is available for you to buy. All these things are heavy. So here's Bartali's Odd Adventure over here in Velia. He's got 8 in stock. I'll have another video on a whole trade system. Don't worry about that in the future. So what you're going to do here is take 1, click OK. That comes down here. I think this is your cart. So you're going to take 1. So you're going to click Purchase All. Now he's going to ask you, your mount is nearby. Do you want to place this in your mount? The answer to the question is going to be no. But there's going to be times when you're going to say yes, because you're going to want to load up your mount with trade items and then take it to another place to make a little bit of money and to also upgrade your trade and all that kind of stuff. Video for another time. For now, we are not going to place this in the mount, meaning I'm going to take ownership of this item. Okay? Now, I said no. Use a mount, other actions will be restricted by placing cumbersome trade items in your inventory. So that means it's already telling me if I take this in my inventory, I'll be walking really slowly, is what it's trying to tell me. Do you want to place trade items in your inventory? Yes. So now I have it in my inventory. You'll see this thing weighs 35 pounds. So let's see what happens now. Let's see what I look like. So I've made the purchase. Return, exit, and then look at me. Okay, I'm hunched over. I've got see how I'm hunched over carrying this object. Okay, and so while I'm doing this, what is happening is that's going to help me increase my strength. Okay, which will increase the weight limit that I can carry on this character, which is pretty important. A lot of people try to get these up to at least level 20 or so and beyond. And so now the question is, well, what do I got to do? Walk around all day with this? Press W and walk around? No, you don't have to do that. So I'm going to bring up the world map. Okay. And I'm just going to press, so my character's right here. I'm going to right click like over here. Okay. So now I've got a path, right? I've set a path, and then see this little thing here, auto loop? Click auto loop and you'll see this turn green. Okay. Clicked auto loop, saw that turn green, come back into the game, and then do auto run. Okay, auto run. I have it mapped to a mouse key. I think it's probably T on your default key. So now I did auto run. So now this character is going to go into a loop. Okay, continuous loop. Once you reach the end point, he will turn around and come back. All right, and then this would be considered something you can go AFK. And well, you know, you don't want to leave this. This thing's using up your graphics card and stuff. You don't want this up like this. So what people do when they actually to really go AFK is you're going to basically end the game, but you're going to select a box that's going to allow you to send the game to the icon tray, and that'll remove all the graphic, but it'll still run the game using the process. So let's take a look here. Let's make sure he turns around on his own. Nope. I set the path right into a fence. So let me redo this. Actually, maybe that's a good test. Let me set the path a little bit better here. I always make sure that before I do this, I always test to make sure that, okay, auto loop there. I always make sure that he's got one good complete loop before I leave the keyboard to make sure it's working okay. Actually, it was good that that happened so that you don't run into that into the future, okay? I'm going to leave that there. I'm not going to re-record this video. It's probably good that that happened. Okay, so how do you go truly AFK? I'm going to click Escape, Settings, not Settings, Escape, Disconnect, and End Game. And then see here, instead of ending the game, I'm going to click this box saying Send to Tray when quitting. Okay, and then when I click confirm, it'll send it down to the tray. I don't know what's going to happen with recording of this. I send it to the tray, it's gone. Now I'll bring it back up by going into the tray, clicking the icon, and now the game is back up. Let's make sure this guy turns around. And then let's see. Okay, see, there he goes now. So I always make sure that he does a good successful loop and stuff like that before I actually go AFK. So, like I said, you can AFK auto loop on this. You can auto loop riding a mount to train your mount. The more you ride your mount, the more it upgrades, right? You could wear special clothes that increases some of your experience towards these things while you're in like in AFK mode. So, like, this guy's getting ready for my next video. He's wearing this embroidered fisher's clothes. So when I show you how to go fishing, he'll be wearing this to help increase fishing experience. This you can get off the marketplace under the armor section, functional clothing, I believe it's called. And I would get at least a +1 of the embroidered clothes. So let me show you the marketplace on that real quick. Armor, functional clothes, and here's the embroidered clothes for all the different things. You're going to want to pre-order or put a notice up for marketplace. I'll talk about in another video. For at least a +1 is what you're going to want on this stuff. So here's for trader's clothes. So you would be wearing those during some of these to help increase the level and the experience on that and stuff like that. That's not what this video is about, but just kind of threw that in there for you. So this guy's doing his thing now. So like I said, I would normally, if I wanted to let this go, I would end the game.